Today on our show, we review AEW Dynamite 250, and a little girl beat the crap out of MJF.
And in wrestling news, a WWE star fights in Japan.
And finally, at the finale of Dynamite, we finally have both teams for Blood and Guts. Who will prevail? All that and more in this week's episode of Grapple Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Daver here.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dave?
We're doing okay, other than the fact that I just watched Hulk Hogan do a wrestling promo at the Republican National Convention.
Yeah.
And rip his shirt off.
Yeah.
With a certain endorsement of a certain candidate.
I was really hoping no one noticed that, because I saw that on Twitter just before we started recording. And I wasn't going to mention it, but now we're talking about it. Look, okay, they're kind of made for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Is he a real American brother?
I'd like to say he thinks he is one.
So he had the Real American shirt that he ripped off.
That's amazing.
For the other shirt. Yeah, man, politics and pro wrestling, they're the same thing, right?
Oh yeah, pro wrestling's back, baby.
But yeah, enough about that. I'm not gonna say I got a kick out of it, but it happened. It was something.
It was
but yeah, in other news, we got Jinder Mahal, 90-day compete, finally over with. He tweeted a little short and sweet tweet about it. Let's see here. Yeah, he says, hindered no more. 90 days are up. Are we going to get Jinder Mahal feuding with Tony Khan in AEW?
That would be funny. Or Jinder Mahal versus Ricochet at All In. That's the match, baby.
I've never seen a Jinder Mahal match. I remember reading that, like, when he came back at one point, he was super jacked, like more than he had ever been before. And he looked like $1 million. Former world champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I'm willing to give him a shot. But yeah, we got to go back to the the Tony Khan tweet back when Jinder Mahal got the World Heavyweight Championship match against Seth Rollins, right?
You know what's funny? That was the beginning of this year. Doesn't that feel like 8 years ago? But that led towards the Rock and Roman shit at Mania. Because the Rock came back. Oh, okay, back up. But that was day one. They were going to be like, it's a WWE champion coming out to hang. And everyone was hyping up. And then Jinder Mahal came out. And everyone was like, womp, womp. And then the Rock came out and was like, what if the Rock sits at the head of the table? And people were like, whoa. And then people were like, oh, they cheered. So obviously we should change the main event to Rock versus Roman. Fun fact.
Darn, that does feel like it was 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that was this year. But yeah, the people were apparently in an uproar about Hook getting a world title shot against Samoa Joe. So Tony Khan had to do what he does and get on Twitter and quote, a double standard. Hook, 28-1 career record on winning streak, calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year. Immediately gets a title shot. Where's the rage? Chandler, I like the way you put it. Explain it the way you did before we went on air.
Okay, So first off, I didn't even know that. I forgot the exact quote. People were not happy about Jinder Mahal getting a title shot. Okay, no one was like, "Yippee, Jinder Mahal!" But like, I guess WWE is like WWE fans is like, "Oh, whatever, it's a Raw." Like who? Like okay, whatever. Okay, Jinder's not gonna win, but it's different companies that operate by different systems. Okay, so that AEW makes complete sense that they look at a guy who's 28-1, even if it's like 28-1 on Ring of Honor, but they're like, hey, you're 28-1. You want to challenge the champion? Okay, cool. And Samoa Joe was kind of calling the shots back then, at least in terms of title shots. So he was like, yeah, you can fight me. Whereas you look at it for WWE, Seth Rollins was a fighting champ. He was taking on any challengers. And Jinder Mahal is a past WWE champ. Like it or not, that's a true fact. So it makes complete sense that on Raw, they did Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal on an episode of Raw. And on Dynamite, they did Hook and Samoa Joe. One of those, I think, is more likely to be a pay-per-view match, and it's the Hook and Samoa Joe one. But that's not like, we're kind of just like picking at hairs here. Like at the end of the day, it's two different companies. Does it really matter? They both have different reasons for picking title contenders, I guess.
Yeah, great point. I like how you put that. They're two different companies. They're going to do things a little differently. Each thing made sense in their own different way. Nothing wrong with that. But another thing that occurred to me, has Tony Khan toned down his snarky little defensive tweets? He hasn't really done much in a minute, right?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, but give him time.
I swear to God, he did one the other day. I swear to God. Pull up the Twitter chat, Jamie.
He hasn't gotten the sickos all riled up for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe it's ever since
Yeah. I feel
oh, Darby Allin versus the Beast Muertos on Collision. Thank you, Tony Khan.
Ooh.
That'll be sick.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, this Twitter. I
guess the Collision review's back this week.
We're back, baby. I don't think they announced anything else, did they?
I don't think they had time. The first match took up most of the show.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. Didn't have time. We're just gonna go with no.
Yeah.
We're gonna say he hasn't done anything in a while.
Pretty positive and pretty untoxic lately.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Maybe some people around him have been like, "Hey."
He's bringing up like demos and ratings and all that, which I think it's the only person who should maybe bring this up is him, right? On Twitter, it's fine.
He's a promoter.
Yeah. I do. Okay, you know what? I appreciate some of his tweets where he'll talk about what's on before the show. Like this one is 111-year-old Bill Baggins just got on the knock of the door from Gandalf, which means the Hobbit, blah 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 blah, is ending. Now it's time for Saturday Night Collision. So it's kind of cute. All right, I'll give Tony Khan that. I'll stop looking at his Twitter.
I did read in an interview that he's become a Big Bang Theory fan.
Well, I think a lot of us
comes on. I like it now too. I wanted to hate it.
I only ever seen the last joke.
And it's funny.
Wasn't it someone? I can't remember who, but I think it was Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. But they were like, Dynamite ratings have been low, but that's because Big Bang Theory hasn't been on. But Big Bang Theory is back this week, so that'll save the ratings. And it's like, okay.
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie, Dave?
Yeah, man, I'm okay with it. But yeah, I appreciate that too. Him leading into Dynamite with a little fun fact about what was on before. I like that. A little creative, not bad. But yeah, Jinder Mahal, he's a free agent. Man, maybe he'll be at Roseland 9, Chad.
Well, I think Will Ospreay needs a dance partner for Wembley.
That's true.
Maybe he can hinder the Jinder.
Because it's going to be MJF Pac and only MJF Pac, because Pac is going to challenge for the international title. So Jinder needs a dance partner, and it's Will Ospreay.
I'm predicting Hangman Okada faced off the initial interaction at the locker room door. Then we'll get to it later tonight on the Dynamite review, what happened at the end there. I think something's going to go down at Blood and Guts, Hangman Okada. That makes sense to me. Perfect sense. So, and I kind of want that.
Yeah.
I want to see Hangman brutalize him.
Yeah. It'd be fun. I think we're still kind of up in the air on the international title scene, but it's probably going to be Darby Allin and Jungle Boy for that TBS title, right?
TNT.
My bad. And then obviously Britt Baker and Monet, obviously Tony Storm Mariah, obviously Swerve and Danielson. So pretty interesting. And I was kind of thinking about it today because last week I was pretty disappointed that Hangman didn't win. But what if they're holding on to that match until Wrestle Dream, which is not in Seattle this year, it's in Tacoma at the Tacoma Dome. And you could say, oh, it's where it all started. It's where it's all going to end.
Real quick, are we going?
I'd like to.
I'm going.
It'd be fun.
For sure. It's a little closer than Seattle.
Oh, that was miserable. I had to get up and do inventory. I think I got up at like 2 a.m, counted inventory, met up with Dave, drove straight there, home by what, like 1-ish? I was delirious by the end. I was so delirious that we created this dang podcast.
That's true.
I drove to Seattle and back twice that weekend.
That sounds awful. It just sounds awful.
Yeah. I love Seattle though. I really like that city.
It's a nice one.
It feels cleaner. I know there's the bad element and the people that don't have a home, that element, but it just seemed a little cleaner, a little nicer. A lot of fun stuff going on. Nice night crowd, a lot of stuff. Yeah, really like Seattle. But yeah, Chad, do you have anything interesting that's been going on?
A little bit of news I found interesting was 5 days ago on the 13th. Mr. AJ Styles wrestled in Japan for the first time in quite some time for Pro Wrestling Noah. For the love of God, I'm not going to pronounce his opponent's name. Chandler gave it a crack earlier.
Chandler's got you.
Naomichi Marufuji.
Many thank yous.
Yeah.
Well,
did AJ win that?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't even remember. The only things I remember like catching was A, it was a banger, and B, it was kind of cool. Guy under WWE contract getting to do other things.
Well, not to downplay anyone, but it's not like a Creed guy going where the Creeds are great, but they're not big names. This is AJ Styles, 2-time WWE champ, just had 2 title challenges against the new champ Cody Rhodes. He main evented Backlash, so like this is a pretty big name in WWE going across to Noah. So hopefully we'll get to see more of it. Could you imagine Cody Rhodes defending the title in Noah? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I just, like I said, even 3 years ago, that never would have been a thing. So it's kind of cool. The landscape's changing, and I kind of think AEW is at least partially responsible for that.
Well, also, AJ Styles wasn't the only goober to go to Japan. Io Sky, formerly known as Io Shirai, also went to Marigold to face Utami Hayashishita.
You're a much braver man than I.
Thanks.
You did good.
It was I can say it was Marigold Summer Destiny 2024. So that's pretty cool that, again, she was women's champ walking into WrestleMania. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and as well, I just checked right before we went on the air. We are at 299 subs. So if you're that 300th guy, I'll look you up and give you a shout out on the podcast next time.
You know what? Maybe someone got to go out there and elbow drop on that like button.
Powerbomb the heck out of that subscribe button, brother.
And leave a comment, baby. Woo. Yeah. Let's get to 300. Let's get to 500. Let's get to 1,000. Woo. We're going to get there. Baby. We're going to get there.
Any other news before we hop into Dynamite?
I did come across an interview with Moose from TNA saying that the relationship with WWE and TNA is much better than the relationship they had with AEW, which I'm going to go ahead and agree with that. Like, I don't think AEW did anything to elevate TNA. WWE is definitely doing things to elevate TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hendry,
I believe
Jordan Grace. Yeah, they're actually like featuring them, pretty in predominant matches, predominant roles. So yeah, I think it worked out better.
Yeah.
I'll say a couple things about this. I'm not saying I disagree because it's just kind of interesting, right? Because it's like when AEW had a relationship with them, as much as we all liked Kenny Omega holding 4 belts, that was pretty neat. 2 of those were TNA, so like, yeah, you just kind of have the top guy in AEW be like, yoink, thank you, we're just gonna have these for a little bit. Kind of agree with them. And then the other thing, and I was watching a Wrestling Observer thing, and it was Dave talking to old Brian, and they were chit-chatting about like if Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace and da-da-da-da-da were showing up on AEW, people would be pissed. They'd be like, why are these people on? Who cares? But them showing up on NXT, they're getting these huge pops. They're getting adored. So it's like a lot more impactful on NXT. So yeah, I totally agree with that. You can just kind of see it in like how people are. Maybe just because it's new to WWE and they haven't really done this before, but it's cool as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm like, geez, I'm so excited to like, we're going to get Jordan Grace at Roseland 9. Like, it's kind of wild seeing her just everywhere all of a sudden because she's a hell of a talent.
Yeah, we got Amira, our hometown hero, calling her out at Combat Clash at Prestige. Yeah, going to be real good. Dijak is going to be at Roseland 9 too. I've never seen a match of his.
Yeah,
him and
that's
Keith
actually,
Lee tore it down, right?
I think that's going to be my my retro view is him and Keith Lee at NXT.
Oh, okay, the one that you saw live, right?
Yeah, it was fun as heck.
What if we get to see Chad in the match?
Yeah, I was pretty far high up.
Ah,
cool. Yeah, that should be fun. Yeah. You got any news, Chandler?
I mean, Joe Hendry was in NXT again, so that was cool. They literally like there was this backstage segment, and they literally played his song as he walked out, so that was pretty fun.
Didn't he put Moose through a table this week too?
I don't know. I'm not
sure. That's what I read. They're doing a contract signing, and he put Moose through the announce table.
Oh, okay. I like that. Cool. Yeah. Think that just about does it for news. You guys want to get into Dynamite 250?
I would.
Yeah.
All right. I do like that they've eliminated the intro song. I think I've said that before. It's great to have a cold open now. I think that works. But yeah, we started out right into that international title match. Will Ospreay defending against MJF. Little spoiler here. It was a 59-minute and 59-second match.
That alone is impressive that they timed it so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They there are times where you go a little over, you go a little short, but they say, it was That was something else. They timed it really great. It did not feel like an hour match to me. It just flew by for me because the two guys kept their pace.
Yeah, say what you will, like love them, hate them, like the style or not. It was an impressive athletic feat. There were like 0 rest holds. It was pedal to the metal the whole way through.
Oh yeah, I mean half this page is notes of just shit that I thought was cool from this one match, and I still didn't love the match, but there's still incredible things the guys did. So, Dave, could you take us away?
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. MJF goes in the crowd, throws some water, rips up a sign before the match even starts. We get a great counter sequence. There's blocking and flipping. Pretty even match from the get-go. Ospreay flips upside down from the ring to the outside to connect with MJF. Will Ospreay grabs the timekeeper's table and sets it up on the floor. MJF fakes a knee injury and lures in Will Ospreay for a pile driver. MJF gets Will Ospreay in a figure 4. Will Ospreay reverses the pressure by flipping over. MJF flips it back over, but Ospreay gets to the ropes. Will Ospreay knee is hurting at this point from the figure 4. Will Ospreay counters a brainbuster from MJF into a stun dog millionaire, then hits an Os cutter. MJF moves out of the way of an Os cutter on the apron, and Will Ospreay lands on his shoulder on the apron and appears to be hurt. I did hear the apron is the hardest part of the ring.
That's the rumor.
MJF hits a Made in Japan, which I've never seen him do before, on Will Ospreay for a 2 count. Ospreay does a helicopter sit-down power bomb for a 2 count on MJF. MJF retreats into the crowd. Then they brawl in the crowd, going up in the stands. At one point, a little girl starts hitting MJF while he's kind of pinned on the handrail by Ospreay. Ospreay gives her a fist bump. Yeah, that was freaking hilarious to me. MJF throws a beer in Will Ospreay's face and catches him off guard. Ospreay puts MJF upside down in a trash can and kicks it. MJF moves before Ospreay could dive on him on the table. MJF hits a Long Island Sunrise for a 2 count. Man, that thing looks good. He's really hitting that move with precision, looking really good. MJF puts Will Ospreay on the table, but Ospreay rolls off it before MJF can jump off the top rope. MJF gets an Os cutter from the barricade from Will Ospreay. Ospreay counters a crossroads into a crossroads. MJF
Ospreay's got to steal from the best. He's a hack wrestler. That's a joke. That's a joke. That is satire.
Styles clash, crossroads.
Yeah, Ospreay's cooked. He can't come up with anything.
MJF DDTs Ospreay, almost gets a 3, but not quite. MJF lariats Ospreay off the ropes and covers him for 2.999. Will Ospreay hits a Styles clash on MJF on the apron. He covers, but MJF kicks out. Will Ospreay hits a one-arm power bomb, but couldn't get the cover because his shoulder's hurting so bad from that missed Os cutter on the apron.
I think it was MJF. I don't know if it was real or not, but they at least during commercial break had a doctor come in and pop out or pretend to pop out. So either he actually dislocated his shoulder for real and did a one-arm power bomb unassisted, which is pretty badass, or they sold it so well that it fooled me. So either way, kudos.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about it, so they did something right?
Yeah.
He probably took a page out of Buddy Matthews' book.
Oh yeah, where we're all like, "Oh, he's injured," and I'm like, "Nah, they showed it for too long."
He did the same spot in an Andrade match. Pretty cool. But yeah, they did talk about that after the commercial break. MJF counters an Oz cutter into a tombstone pile driver. He covers for 2. Will Ospreay hits a hidden blade from the ring to the floor while MJF is facing away, saying, "I'm the smartest wrestler in the world." Will Ospreay hit a top rope Styles Clash on MJF. He covers, but MJF gets to the ropes. MJF hits a Heat Seeker on Will Ospreay, but he did it on the opposite way to where Ospreay fell out of the ring instead of in the ring, which I thought was kind of cool, setting him up to put Ospreay on the table. And then, man, he hits a beautiful elbow drop to Will Ospreay from the top rope to the floor. Mwah.
Yeah, I started getting flashbacks from World's End. Ooh, man.
Oh yeah,
it made me wince.
I thought about Shane O'Mac, baby. They exchange multiple near falls over and over and over. MJF powerbombs Ospreay into his knee, covers Ospreay, but he kicks out at 2.999. Ospreay counters an avalanche tombstone pile driver into a avalanche Oz cutter. Then a hidden blade. He covers, but MJF kicks out of the hidden blade at 2.99. Ospreay decides he's going to go for that Tiger Driver. He goes, "Tiger Driver!" But he hesitates and can't go through with it. I don't like that part of it. He was so gung-ho about doing it and then bailed out. We get a ref bump, and MJF hits Will Ospreay with his Dynamite Diamond Ring. He covers to get the win at 59.59, baby, and new international champ. MJF's got oxygen. I mean, they did have a point. They are in Little Rock, Arkansas. Tons of humidity. So that must have been absolutely grueling towards the end of that match to breathe, let alone work a fast-paced match.
When they did that like last sequence where it was just like all those flip outs and all that, and it was just bang, bang, bang. I was like, how are they doing this? I get winded just walking up the stairs. Like, I was blown away.
Oh yeah, especially that last ending sequence where MJF pushed the ref down, clocked Will Ospreay, and then checked the ring like fluidly, and then he was just like laying on him. Like that's all I could do, and it makes sense because they're gassed. Because it's been an hour of insane wrestling, and I like how it's silent, and they're like, and then Justin Roberts says, "And the winner is," and then this crowd cheers because they're like, we got a new champ. So. It was a good match. It was definitely a good match. It's just one of those things where, like, it kind of just felt overindulgent to me at the end, where it's like, we just got to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I get it. That's the point, probably. It's either like, it's Dynamite 250. We want to show what Dynamite's all about. We're going to have an hour-long wrestling match to start the show, which I get it. But, it just felt like it went on too long and it was like too crazy and over the top, which I guess, it's an hour-long match. You kind of have to have it go over the top, but I don't know. Just it wasn't my thing, I guess. But there's still plenty of amazing moments. Like I liked the beginning where MJF was fading his knee and then hit a shoot pile driver. Basically, that was really awesome. And then typically when they do a double clothesline, like I'm not saying it's soft, but it doesn't look that good. Those guys ran at each other as hard as they could.
Yeah.
Like, man, they're trying to kill each other. And then the one, I think the biggest part of the match that annoyed me was the ref. Like, I get it. They're always like, it's the referee's discretion. He's not going to count out because that would ruin the fun. But then they go and walk out on the ramp for like a minute or like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and he lets a little child assault MJF.
Yeah. So, it's one thing. And I know this is dumb. It's one thing. when you put someone through the timekeeper's table, because you could argue it's like the announce table, right? It was already there. It's not like they took something out from under the ring and set it up. But like, come on. And they were like, well, Ospreay's not the type of guy to win by countout. But like, well, then why did MJF walk out in the first place? Is he just willing to lose the match by countout? Is he done? It just kind of felt dumb, like right in the middle of the match to do that. But other than that, there was plenty of fun moments. Like especially the bit. I think my favorite part of the match was MJF sitting outside and saying, "I'm the smartest," and then Ospreay killing him with the hidden blade. That was fun. And then I loved where you see MJF at the very end when he's got the title and he's got the gas mask and he pulls it up. He goes, "Easy dub, you suck, Ospreay, easy dub," and he puts the gas mask on. Like that was really funny. Yeah. So it was a good match. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, no, that was like, I think the one moment that took me out of it too was like, they've been out of the ring for like a long time. Like that did get me bothered a little, but for me, like that was definitely up my alley, that match. I'm the kind of guy, like, I love the Rocky movies for the same thing. It's just this crazy long montage of a fight sequence. Phone didn't come out once except for when I texted you guys, just wow. That was it. Just wow.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I absolutely loved it. I'm over the Tiger Driver drama. I don't think it's necessary, especially how he's so gun ho on doing it and then bails. It's just like too contradicting for me. And now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't mention it in my play-by-play, but didn't we hear, quote, "No more friendship and no more kangaroo kick"?
No, I liked it though because it cost him. Because Ospreay I liked that, because Ospreay capitalized on it. It was a dumb move to go for, and Ospreay punished him for it.
Yeah, MJF went for a kangaroo kick, and MJF shut that shit down real quick.
I think that was a heel kangaroo kick, to be fair.
Yeah, and also I think I talked a bit about it before the show, but yeah, the Tiger Driver thing, like, it was bugging me what was bugging me about it until you put it on the head, which is, yeah, that like he should have been tortured about it going into it. Not, oh, I'm gonna mess him up. Well, maybe not. And also, like, look at all his other moves. They're all just as messed up as the Tiger Driver, that Poison Rana, the Hidden Blade, all that targets the back of the neck and the head. Like, any one of those is moves you should retire by that logic.
Well, if anyone,
Stormbreaker,
yeah. If there's anyone that should take the Storm, Tiger Driver 91, isn't it MJF? Like, come on, of everyone. Like when he didn't want to hit it on Swerve, I was like, oh, okay. But then Swerve got out of it. But like, it's MJF. He's been calling you a like worthless hack for weeks, and then so I don't know. Maybe they're building like it's like kind of weird. I don't want him to use it anymore, but I don't like this Willie won't he kind of crap because I don't want to see
like the dude put Daniel Garcia out of action. Like, yeah, a little turnabout's fair play.
Put him out of action. Like, I know eye for an eye doesn't solve anything, but this is wrestling. You don't always have to conform to logic. But if he hit the Tiger Driver, then it wouldn't have made sense if MJF won. So, and the end goal was MJF winning. So I guess it makes sense. Maybe he held on it for so long because he was like, oh, I'm at 58 minutes and we really want this to go 59-59. So I'll just think about it a little bit more, bro. I can't do it. Okay,
who is Ospreay's dance partner for Wembley now?
Oh, it's MJF. He's going back for that title.
But Pac won that match to face go for the international title at Wembley.
I think it'll be a three-way. Yeah, I think it'll be a three-way.
I don't like it.
I mean, Pac and MJF just don't have any history or like build. I don't.
Yeah, MJF can do that in a week, and he's got more than a week to build that shit. So
yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
I think next week. Oh, what?
I'd rather have Ospreay and Ricochet for sure.
If I wanted to watch a gymnastics routine, I'd go turn on the Olympics.
Yeah, it's an amazing match. It's happened before. It's pretty phenomenal.
Being cheeky.
Ospreay could try to hinder the gender.
Yes.
At all in.
Yes.
Punjabi street fight.
No, Punjabi prison match. Great Khali debuts.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I just saw a quick picture of that when I was looking into Jinder Mahal today, and it was like a bamboo cage, right? A
You couldn't
cage
even
match,
see the ring.
Yeah.
It's like it's like 3 cages, right? 3 different bamboo cages. So you can't see the ring and you have to escape all 3. They're all bad.
I saw Randy Orton in there. Was that who else was in it?
No, that was it. It was 1-on-1. Then Great Khali showed up
to cost Randy Orton.
Okay. All right.
I think the other ones were all the Great Khali. I think it was Great Khali versus Undertaker, Great Khali versus Batista, and Great Khali versus Mark Henry, or Great Khali versus Kane. I'm curious.
While he's looking that up, Dave, I was looking for more artwork because I need that wall to look a little cooler, and I think I found the next poster that's going up. It's the advertisement for DWL Wrestling versus Dystopia Wrestling.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like, I need that poster. I miss that show so much.
Dude, I was so mad when it got canceled. Did you watch that show at all, Chandler?
Wasn't it the Rock show or something like that?
No, it was
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell, Green Arrow. Yeah, it was so good. Like a small town in Georgia, but it was like set in like kind of an alternate universe. They talked about WWE and WCW, and like it was really cool.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a replica.
Rick Rabies.
Ooh.
Yep. He had like a drone that dropped blood, right?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready for the 3 Punjabi prison matches? I thought there were 4. There were 3. The Undertaker versus The Big Show at WWE Great American Bash 2006. Batista versus The Great Khali, WWCE No Mercy 2007. And then it waited 10 long years for Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton.
Why would Undertaker and Big Show be in a match like that?
Great question. I think it's because it was supposed to be the Big Khali, but because he had so many health issues, they were like, we'll put Big Show in there. The same thing. Well, why not?
All right, fair enough. But man, I cannot find a DWL World Heavyweight Championship belt replica to save my life. I looked.
A lot of
really
t-shirts
hard.
on pro wrestling tees.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna need one of those. Man, I loved it. I wanted it to get picked up. Yeah, they canceled that effing show. Kind of a little sidetrack. They canceled a show I really love on Prime called Outer Range with Josh Brolin.
Oh, really?
Oh, that show's so good too, but that's another topic. Kind of a sci-fi western, really good show. But yeah. So yeah, after that hour-long marathon of a match with a title change, we got an Acclaimed and Mark Briscoe backstage segment. The Acclaimed want to be in Blood and Guts on Team AEW. Mark Briscoe's down, but he needs to ask Swerve. Swerve shows up and he approves. He says, "Y'all ready to get violent?" And the Acclaimed are. So yeah, we've got 4 Team AEW participants so far, and the entire Elite team has been revealed. Young Bucks, Okada, Jack Perry, and Hangman Page.
I liked how when Swerve came out and he was talking to the Acclaimed, he was like, "Look, we all know we've had our squabbles in the past," and Mark Briscoe just goes, "Squabbles."
Yeah. And then right at the end too is like, I don't even think he actually said words. He's just like, let's get it. I was like, what? I love this guy. I'd follow him anywhere.
As much as I was against the Acclaim being in the Blood and Guts match, I think I'm fine with it.
Me too. Yeah. Hey, it's better than Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, and I think they went a better direction.
Yeah, and I like how it's all different people who have had feuds with the Elite, because you have someone who may or may not have been involved in 2 matches already with the Elite this year that I'm not going to spoil for the audience at home. And then you have the Acclaimed who have been wrestling the Young Bucks lately, and then Mark Briscoe, because he was in that ladder match at Double or Nothing, or Forbidden Door, sorry.
Someone had to be brought in to take the pin. It's probably going to be Bowens.
No, I think it's going to be Briscoe.
Really?
Yeah.
Again? Man.
I don't know. They also pinned Danielson at Double or Nothing, so maybe they'll pin Swerve to be like, ooh.
Yeah, true. If it's a non-title match, it's not a lot of opportunities to get that kind of heat.
Yeah. Think of the heat, brother.
All right, hot prediction. I think Hangman and Okada are going to butt heads in the match and cost their team the match.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
So they cannot coexist?
Oh.
Exactly. And then we're going to get Hangman Okada at All In.
I hope so. That'd be pretty good.
And dude, it's crazy to think too, like we have a pay-per-view 2 weeks after All In.
Right? At least it's not 1 week like last year.
Yeah.
Twice as long.
I feel like they should almost start like maybe planning some things for that too. Yeah, whatever they don't do it All In, I guess they can do it all out.
Hopefully.
But yeah, let's see. After that, we get a learning tree segment with Chris Jericho.
It's the learning tree.
Hi guys.
Jericho talks about Little Rock, Arkansas's high crime rate and says he's never going to miss another Dynamite again. Ooh, I can't wait. They show a little video package of Shibata, Hook, and Samoa Joe getting hurt. And Jericho asks, who would be crazy enough not to listen to Chris Jericho? And then Minoru Suzuki's music hits. He shows up, gets to the ring. He has a contract for an FTW title match next week at Blood and Guts. Brian Keith and Big Bill are going to be banned from ringside, which I don't think that's going to help old Suzuki anyway. But yeah, Suzuki headbutts Jericho, and Big Bill and Keith or Brian Keith don't do anything about it.
Yeah, way to make your learning tree look scary and psychotic by letting Minoru Suzuki just push Jericho over and walk away. Like, I think they've maybe not totally botched, but they kind of totally botched this learning tree shit already. Like,
yeah, they should have leaned into it. They actually had a little going for them after the Samoa Joe death.
I thought Jericho was in bed with the Bucks. Like, can't he just overwrite this? Can't they just oh, never mind. I'm kind of getting annoyed at this power struggle in AEW because it makes no sense. Like, Christopher Daniels is stripping the trios titles off the Bang Bang Gang, even though they're the faces, kind of, and Christopher Daniels is the face. Like, wouldn't it be the Bucks doing that? Because they're the heels and they stripped Adam Copeland with, like, I don't really know what's going on, guys. And I know they want us to care about this power struggle, but I'm starting to not care about the power struggle.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't care less. I'm just in it for the goofy wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm like for me, this is my popcorn. Like this is just like I'm like it's kind of a train wreck, and I'm kind of here for it. I'm just entertained because it's sports entertaining to me.
Well, it made sense when they took Tony Khan out, but he was out like for 2 weeks, and then he's just
I
back.
still haven't seen him. He's still in Jacksonville, as far as I know.
Oh, you're right. He's calling in. Tony Schiavone, here's what you got to do. Oh, Tony Schiavone made me laugh so much later on in the night. Did he make you guys laugh for the same thing?
I was kind of like, ooh, man, buddy. Like,
it was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was. But man, Chandler, you kind of sunk something in for me. The Bang Bang Gang or the Faces. Wow.
Yeah, kind of. Like someone's got to be the faces, and I guess they're the faces. But and then Christopher Daniels is like you watched they showed the promo on Collision because none of us watched Collision, or I didn't watch Collision. He was like, guys, come on, I don't want to do this. Then who's making you do this?
Yeah.
Who? Is it Tony Khan? Is Tony Khan the heel now? Is it the Bucks? Then why aren't the Bucks doing it?
Darn you and your silly logic.
Damn. But yeah, we're gonna get Suzuki and Jericho next week on Blood and Guts.
I love Suzuki's. Bye.
I did. Okay, so I did like that they brought back that thing for Forbidden Door where it's like, ooh, Suzuki, he hates Jericho now. But I was hoping this would be at All In. And I know, like, we're like, oh, everything's got to be at All In. Not everything's got to be at All In. But, like, what else is Jericho going to do at All In, huh? Because, you know, he's
Hook
going
will be back.
He's Hook?
He'll be back. He'll be healthy.
Maybe.
Or Joe.
What if it's a 4-way for that FTW title and it's Hook, Joe, Shibata, and Jericho? They just beat Jericho up for like 10 minutes. And then they're like, all right, there you go, Hook. You're the only one who cares about that title.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I like Minoru Suzuki. It was cool seeing him live at Prestige a while back. I've really come to really, enjoy his work. He's still got it.
Yeah.
For being up there in age.
The murder grandpa.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's cool. Let's see. After that, we get the Young Bucks and Okada backstage, and they're pissed about the Acclaimed wanting to be in Blood and Guts. Mercedes Moné thanks them for banning Britt Baker from backstage. And Okada wants Moné to do her dance. She does it, and Okada is all hot and bothered. Wow. Where are they going with this?
Hopefully nowhere. I hope it was just a silly segment. I liked Okada being like, whew, it was funny.
Well, his comedic timing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gold. So yeah, we got that little segment. After that, we get TBS title match, Mercedes Moné versus Nyla Rose. I'm glad to see Nyla Rose back on TNT and TBS here more often. She's been in Ring of Honor in that purgatory for a while, so good to see her back. She was a mainstay in AEW from the beginning. She was a second women's world champion. Yeah, I really miss her work.
They were kind of mentioning that on commentary where like she was before the first Dynamite. She was at Double or Nothing, so I thought that was pretty neat. The only thing I thought was weird, and I don't like it when they do this. Like I wish they just were like, oh, it's Moné versus Nyla Rose for the TBS title. Like I wish they would just do that, but they were like, Mercedes Moné issued an open challenge, and I guess Nyla Rose is doing it, guys. Like we already I knew about this match when we recorded our retro view.
Yeah.
So
just say you booked it.
Yeah, just say, oh, Nyla Rose's challenge. Like sometimes you don't have to always explain a match.
Yeah, it's funny at Dynamite's like conception, it used to just be match, like because it was so new. There was no real reason for storylines because there was no history yet.
Yeah.
And now it feels like it's the other end of the spectrum where like, yeah, everything's always storyline now. Where it's like, sometimes you just have a match for having a match.
You could literally just say, to celebrate Dynamite being around for 250 episodes, we're going to give one of our most tenured women in AEW a title shot. And because Toni Storm's not around, it's Monet.
Yeah. Yep.
But Nyla Rose looked great
Awesome.
in this. I want to give her dues. I've never really like she's been fine, but I thought she was pretty good in this match. I thought like not just the moves, but the little things like AJ Styles says. I thought she did pretty good at those two. So
I love her top rope flying guillotine knee. That's one of my favorite moves in wrestling.
I look like it killed poor Monet. I actually felt bad for her.
Right?
Yeah, I think she ended a few matches with that early on too.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, Nyla Rose hit that move on Monet. She covers for 2. Nyla Rose hits a cannonball on Monet, covers, but Monet kicks out. Mercedes Monet hits a Meteora on Nyla for a 2 count. Didn't look very impactful, that Meteora. Monet hits an avalanche bulldog on Nyla Rose and then grabs a glove out of her ring gear and tries to put her in the lockjaw, Britt Baker's move. But Nyla Rose bites Monet. But Monet puts on the statement maker for the win. Monet's out on the floor and rips up a Britt Baker sign from a fan with a Sting mask on.
A fan that no one else is standing around and is all on their own, inconspicuously.
Yep. Oh, it's Britt Baker with the hoodie and a Sting mask. She runs after Monet, but security stops her. That damn security, I'll tell you what.
They were going after. Don't get me wrong. I liked the match and I liked the Britt Baker part at the end. I'm just kind of nitpicking here. It's weird how security were like tackling Monet at first, and I was like, Monet hasn't really done anything. She's running away. Why are you tackling her? You should tackle Britt Baker, who, in all fairness, in storyline, was kicked out of the arena and broke in. Like, if we're following rules here, guys, you should be going after her, not Monet.
Yeah. They got the assignment wrong.
Yeah. But I loved there was a bit where I think Monet was going for like where they tilt around and do a DDT or something like that. But Nyla just kind of like held on to her and was like, "Have you lost your mind?" I thought that was a really funny spot. And I thought with Monet doing the lockjaw, they tell a story where, she's learning how to do the lockjaw to get out of it. But it was, no, because she's not a dentist and doesn't know where to hold down on the mouth so that in storyline the wrestler can't bite down. She sucked and couldn't do it. So Nyla bit her. I thought it was a really fun way to end the match. And Britt Baker in the Sting mask is always a nice touch. But Daver here has informed me that they do not sell the Sting mask, which is quite ridiculous.
Dude, they're missing out, leaving money on the table. I wanted to buy one. I was like, wait a minute, I need one right now. I got on eBay to see if they had ever existed. Nope. But you can get a vintage 1998, 1997 Sting mask for like $100. They've got couple signed ones for like $300. So put that on my wish list. But yeah, they're leaving money on the table there. Cool. Yeah, fun match. Britt Baker's always great. I can't wait for that match. They better make the right call and give her that belt. Make her the first.
I think they're making Monet look like such a chump in every single she's kind of lost in every single one of these.
True.
To let her win. I just think that's how it's gonna go. Like I want Britt Baker to win because they're doing a good job of making Britt Baker look cool and like she should win. But
yeah, no, that's actually for me. This is the first time with her as face that's really clicked. Because she had to turn heel for me last time for me to get invested, and now I was like, oh no, I'm into this now. She's just unstoppable badass. I love it.
turns out when a wrestler opens up about their real life medical issues, you're like, oh yeah, you're cool. You came back from that? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Don't
You're a real human.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like us. It's relatable. Let's see. We get a little recap of Mariah May turning on Tony Storm. Then we get a Jack Perry promo. Says Darby didn't have to hurt Brandon Cutler because he doesn't give a shit about Brandon Cutler.
Ooh.
And they pan to Brandon Cutler, hurt on the floor. He picks him up and takes him into the boiler room and throws him into the boiler, I guess, is what would be in the boiler room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where I keep my boilers.
Exactly. Do you not have a boiler room in your house, Dave?
Down in the basement?
Yeah. I thought this was a little odd because it's like, well, don't the Bucks care about Brandon Cutler? I mean, they at least use him. So
I don't think they care about him.
You're probably right, but I would just assume like, well, they at least use him, so they probably wouldn't want like Jack Perry to go around beating everyone up. But it was fine. I actually really liked the Mariah May promo because they reused like she did. I mentioned it like a couple Dynamites ago, but I was like, this promo's so weird, but it's funny because Mariah May's cutting it as if Tony Storm is dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they showed footage of they played the audio of that and played footage of Mariah May killing Tony Storm. So that was great because I was like, and then it was even the bit where it's like, Tony, this one's for you. And I was like, ooh, cinema.
Acting.
Yeah. That was better than the Mariah May promo.
Oh, 100%. Unfortunately, like I hate to say it, the Mariah May promo was what I was looking forward to most on this Dynamite, and it didn't deliver. And I don't know why. I think it'd be easy to blame the crowd, but I don't know if it was just the crowd.
Her delivery was a little off too. Like the entrance was spectacular. Like I was like, is that Mariah or is that Tony? Like it was like she was done perfectly. Like, but yeah, once she got to talking, I don't know. I felt a little lost too.
Yeah, her timing was off. Really slow, kind of lethargic. If she would have been a little angrier, I think it would have worked.
Yeah, talked a little faster because you kind of let them do the what chant, which is always like that's the kiss of death with promos.
Yeah,
and yeah, well, I don't know if we're on it yet. Sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to point out that I really, really liked the video package they did, and there's a small part of me, and I know I would have bitched about it if like what I'm about to say had happened. So like I don't know what to do here. But I kind of wish that was the only thing they did, and they were just like, we're going to push it to next week, or we're going to push it to Collision. Because, like, if they pushed it to Collision and, like, refined it, it might have been really impactful. But maybe they should have just done the video package. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get Mariah May, Tony Storm, timeless Tony Storm's music hits.
Is she here, guys?
She's got her back face to the crowd, turns around. It's actually Mariah May with the hair curls and the whole timeless Tony Storm gear. She says, let's be honest. All you saw it coming except Tony Storm. What? A woman so desperate for the spotlight, she didn't realize she was giving it all away. What? Wanted to see how far she could take it. What? I've been Tony Storm, and now I can be so much more. The crowd starts chanting, "We want Tony." Then she says, "Now All Elite Wrestling is all about Mariah." I like that the ending there. That's a nice little line.
She said
the thing she said when she first debuted.
Yeah. I'm not. This didn't kill it for me by any means.
No, it just wasn't a hot start.
No. I think she needs to do something vicious again, maniacal, cruel.
Yeah, Tony has to get hers back though. I think that's the next step.
Especially if Mariah May, yeah, I do agree, but especially if Mariah May is going to be taking the title at All In, which I think is the right call, you're going to need you had the right fuel for this, and then you kind of put out the fire. So you're going to need to put more fuel on the fire to get it going. But Dave, you missed the best part of this segment at the beginning when, I think they were hoping for a more nuclear reaction, but they didn't get it. So it was kind of some boo, boo.
Oh God.
And Mariah May was kind of waiting for the crowd to die down, but you could see how they were planning it where it was boo, Dominic Mysterio heat almost, or Roman Reigns heat after beating The Undertaker, that kind of heat. They didn't really get it. But Tony Schiavone just goes, "Speak, bitch." And then Excalibur and Taz both go, whoa, what the hell, man? And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm just heated right now. So I just think it was so funny how Tony Schiavone just goes, "Speak, bitch."
That sounded so mean.
It did.
Nigel McGuinness tweeted, "Too far."
They're gonna have beef. That's the Wembley match. Tony Schiavone versus Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, I love it. Oh man, yeah. The words that she said were the right words and the right conveyance of what she needed to get out. It just wasn't the right emotion, the right cadence. Yeah, she said the right things, just not the right way.
She needed to be a little bit more evil about it. Maybe not comically evil, but yeah, kind of what Chad's doing. I have defeated your Tony Storm. When I get to Wembley, it will be a cakewalk. That'd be cheesy, but Tony got over by being cheesy. Yeah. So maybe it would work.
Maybe more bratty. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah, she didn't really do anything. Maybe bratty.
Yeah, be a mean girl or something.
Yeah, oh my God, Tony, you're such a dumb bitch. You really thought that I was your friend?
Yeah.
I was gonna beat your ass and take your title this whole time.
I'm kind of disappointed in RJ City on this one.
Yeah, come on, RJ, pick it up.
Maybe Chandler can help you out.
Yeah, just let me shake hands with Takeshita, and you'll pay me for a year. You'll get a year of my work.
But yeah, Mariah will turn this around. I'm not worried.
Oh, I hope so. I think when they actually have promo offs, they'll be better.
Yeah, for sure. After that, we get a Bang Bang Gang segment. Basically, they relinquish their belts to Christopher Daniels, and they're not happy about it.
But neither is Christopher Daniels, so it's okay, guys. No one needs to complain.
Yeah. I actually felt bad for them, and they've seemed, like you said, they're a little baby facey about it.
Well, when Jay White isn't injuring Darby Allin's legs, yeah, they kind of are the baby face.
True.
Yeah. Now we get to our main event.
It's time for the main event.
Oh, he's gone.
Ooh, too soon. Who are we gonna get to say that now?
Wonder who does it, or if they even do anything like that.
We'd have to watch Rampage to find out. What if it's Jericho? Hi guys, it's time for the main event.
Maybe Daddy Magic.
Maybe.
Be okay with that.
Make my nipples hard. The main event.
Yeah, Swerve Strickland versus Kazuchika Okada. Okada dodges a house call. Swerve dodges a Rainmaker. Then Okada dodges big pressure. They kind of have a little standoff. The crowd is pretty pumped from that. Okada gives Swerve a DDT on the floor. Then Okada drop kicks Swerve. Swerve goes down. Okada gives Swerve an air raid neck breaker. Then an elbow drop from Okada to Swerve. Swerve gives Okada a backbreaker into a power slam. Swerve counters a Rainmaker into a Swerve stomp out of nowhere. That was fucking beautiful. Then the Young Bucks attack Swerve, causing a DQ finish.
Wait, you're telling me Swerve versus Okada ended in a DQ? I had no idea.
Yeah, there's no way that was gonna have a clean finish of any variety. So they're attacking Swerve, then the Acclaimed run out to help, then Jack Perry runs out, then Mark Briscoe runs out, and then we get the Hangman Adam Page's music. He comes out to confront Swerve. The security protects the Elite, and then we get Darby Allin's music. And that mother fudger repels from the rafters, just like his mentor Sting.
Ric Flair. Oh, wait. I thought Ric Flair did it.
Nope. The Stinger.
No,
and they all brawl. Darby attacks Jack Perry, and the show ends. I like the brawl ending. That felt very WCW to me.
Yeah, it seems like whenever the Bucks do a brawl ending, it's always fire.
Yeah, well, it was booked well because like everyone, it started with the Bucks, and then what makes sense? The Acclaimed would run out, and then the Jack Perry, and then Mark Briscoe, and then they let Adam Page's music hit, which gave it a little tiny bit more time to build, but him just coming out staring down Swerve, but they're smart, they're holding that off for the blood and guts. So I thought it was a really good ending. My only disappointment was I was liking the match. It wasn't anything fantastic, but
that's building to something.
That's how Okada matches kind of go. Like they have good endings, and then they take their time, and then they're really good in the end. Yeah. So, but it was never gonna happen because they had I think this match started at hour 45, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll have an overrun," but it still only lasted I'd say it like this, only lasted 20 minutes, and then it went straight to DQ, and so I just wish it had a little bit more time, especially being there's only 3 matches on this show. I know MJF and Ospreay going an hour took up half of the show, but I still feel like it could have somewhere else could have been done more to get a little bit more time for this match.
Yeah, true. Chris Jericho did not need to be there.
But you had to set up Jericho and Suzuki for Blood and Guts because Jericho's got to be on every Dynamite, don't you remember?
They could have did that on Rampage.
Yeah. I mean, they had Roosh join the Don Callis family on Rampage. They'll put anything on Rampage. Swerve will probably drop that title on Rampage.
Yeah. CM Punk debuted on Rampage.
Yeah, you did. They popped at 900,000. I did miss an important story beat here. When Page came out to confront Swerve, Swerve was in the ring and Page was about to get in, and Okada grabs Swerve and pulls him out the other direction, stealing the thunder from Hangman Page, and I think that's going to come into play later on. We're gonna gotta get a match. Can they coexist? Nope.
I bet you Okada, if we're booking the Blood and Guts match, Okada's about to hit the Rainmaker, and we're all going to be like, oh, this is going to end Swerve. And then Hangman's going to be like, nah, I want to hit the buckshot and beat him because this is important to me. And Okada's going to be like, but I have him. And Hangman's going to be like, but this is important to me. And they're going to start shoving each other. And then, I don't know, someone's going to come in and stop him, like McLean or something. So,
yeah. I love that. Ooh, do you think Okada can figure out how to do a buckshot rainmaker.
That'd be tricky. You know what'd be funny though? What if Swerve pins Hangman again? That would be funny.
He would lose it.
And he can argue being like, well, Okada beat me up, or you ganged up on me. It's not clean. But that would be good storyline, brother.
Oh, yeah, he would seethe.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh, yeah. I'm looking pretty forward to Blood and Guts.
Yeah, this is my first Blood and Guts. Can you believe it?
Aw.
Yeah,
Our boy's all grown
man,
up.
I thought I was out of. I only have one more first after this. I've never seen an All Out. So this year's All Out will be my first one.
Yeah. Do you know where they got the name Blood and Guts?
It was I think Vince McMahon, right? Because
Yeah.
he was like,
Yep.
I can't remember if he was actually talking about
blood
AEW
and
or not, but he was like, we don't want all that blood and guts. And so Tony Khan was like, we're gonna have a show called Blood and Guts. Shows you.
Yep. Nailed it. That's exactly what happened.
It is good booking though. It's silly nonsense.
Yeah. It's become a staple of AEW. So thanks, Vince.
Looks like Vince's effect seeps into all wrestling companies.
Yep, sure did. But yeah. Yeah, looking forward to Blood and Guts. Everyone out there, let us know what you think about the Blood and Guts match. Who do you think's going to win? Is it going to break down into something crazy between Okada and Hangman Adam Page? And don't forget, we'd really appreciate it if you elbow drop that like button.
Ooh, powerbomb that subscribe button, brother.
And leave us a comment down below. Will Swerve and Danielson be the main event? Who knows? It'll probably be the main event, but who knows?
Who's Okada's dance partner gonna be? Or not Okada? Osprey. Words.
Yeah.
Ricochet.
Will there be 3 women's matches on the main show?
Ricochet.
Ooh, yeah. So Mariah Tony, Monet, Baker, and maybe Willow Statlander. But we all know what will probably happen.
Hey, that's going to main event the 0 hour. That's pretty important. And like last year, the main event of the 0 hour was pretty important. It led to a lot. It's why Jack Perry has the TNT title right now. It's why CM Punk is in a feud with Drew McIntyre.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
It's been a busy year.
Yeah.
Cry me a river.
Cry me a river, real glass.
Oh man, I love it. Cool, yeah. I'm looking forward to Dynamite Blood and Guts. It's gonna be a fun time. We've only got the 2 matches announced. And one match for Collision?
I'm gonna do what wasn't even announced. I just happened to look at Tony Khan's Twitter and saw it. Let me see. They did mention this: the Patriarchy versus the Bang Bang Gang for the vacant trios title.
Oh yes, okay.
That is funny. You're vacating the title, but you can fight for it. What?
Yeah.
What?
Couldn't they just freebird it?
I don't know,
like
man.
that much better.
And then they should have. Sorry.
They should have just started calling it banging it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That should be if it's a trios and it's 4 guys, because the Freebird rule was tag teams and if there's 3 guys. Now it's a trios and there's 4 guys.
Yep. Yeah.
They were gangbanging it?
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Peace.
Okay. So remember last week how I wanted to start looking at every Nitro episode?
Oh, that's right.
Whatever.
You remembered. Good thing. I can't remember.
We looked up Raw and we looked up Nitro. So I'm going to just do a quick one. I'm going to do what Impact's 250. So while I look that up, Any guesses? Any guesses on what happened on Impact 250?
Impact?
Yeah, TNA.
TNA Impact. Wow,
Oh
they had
my
that
God.
many shows?
They might have. I mean, come on. They've been around for so long.
Wow, okay.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, they definitely have. What was the year?
Yeah, that'll help me
Yeah.
guess.
2009.
Okay. Kurt Angle was probably on it. Jeff Hardy.
Styles was he
Eric
there?
Young. Yeah, Eric Young. Samoa Joe.
All I can find is IMDb. I hate this. Just show it to me. All I can find is IMDb. Okay, so this says Kurt Angle.
You ever
But
check out cagematch.com?
Oh, yeah.
That's the database.
Well, it is the Internet Wrestling Database. So search the site. Impact 250. Not a whole lot there. TNA Impact 250. Okay, so the IMDb gave me the date. I'm just gonna look up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get to it that way. I'm really interested, like, to know about this now.
But yeah, so it's 2009, April 9th.
Okay. That's I think Slammiversary. No. Can't remember the pay-per-view season.
This is telling me
Yeah.
lockdown. Ugh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
might have been.
Okay. I found it. April 9th, 2009 edition of TNA Impact. All right.
Okay.
Abdul Bashir with Kiyoshi Naito and Yujiri defeated Suicide 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Oh, this one's going to be funny. Samoa Joe defeated Booker T with Kurt Angle. How long did that one last, guys? How long?
2 minutes 53 seconds.
Dave?
Oh man. Minute 40.
Oh, Dave, you both are close. It's a minute 52.
Ooh.
James Storm with Robert Roode defeated Scott Steiner with Kevin Nash by DQ, 4 minutes 24 seconds. Awesome Kong defeated Madison Rain and Velvet Sky with Angeline Love, 2-on-1 handicap, 1 minute 20 seconds. What happened on the show? Okay. And then Motor City Machine Guns, funny them coming up, defeated Mick Foley in a 2-on-1 handicap first blood match with the Special Enforcer, Sting.
Whoa.
What? I want to see that. Damn.
That one was 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow, they were cooking back then.
The commentators were Mike Tenay and Don West, and the ring announcer was Jeremy Borash.
Wow, I miss Mike Tenay. You guys familiar with him?
Big fan.
WCW was where I first started hearing him. That was the main event.
Yeah, there probably were promos. I see a picture of two people I don't know standing next to Woody the Woodpecker.
Like, as one does.
I don't know why. All right, I think that's all we can get from this. We're gonna keep it to Raw and Nitro because that's a lot easier to look up. But wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
I know I complained about some stuff on this show, but what would you rather have? MJF and Ospreay wrestling for an hour, or what we just looked at?
Yeah, now I'm actually honestly looking forward to 251 now. What happened then?
Oh yeah, we'll have all that on more
Tune
on
in next week.
episode of Grapple Sauce.
Oh yeah, cool. Good job remembering that, Chandler.
I'll just need to write it down when I'm watching Dynamite, 252, 253, just to keep track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. All right, well, I think that just about does it, huh, gentlemen?
I'm hearing something in my headphones again. I think they're broken. Maybe I should take them to the audio realm.
Ooh, yeah. Just a reminder, if you would like to hear our dulcet tones as you fall asleep, or maybe put you to sleep while you drive, check us out in the audio realm where all major podcasts are found, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Podbean, and anywhere else all major podcasts are found. And if you can't find us where you like to listen to your podcast, let us know in the comments down below, and I'll try to get us onto there.
Ooh, love it. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chandler. This is a good little episode.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
All right. Well, I'm going to do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do it.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.